Separatism is a pretty fringe concept in modern politics. Some view current borders as unchangeable and modern nations as indivisible. But separatism is still very much a thing, even in Western countries, look at Scotland or Catalonia. And it's even bigger in Asian and African countries, where political instability allows those movements to gain actual support. Still, most of the modern secessionist movements are pretty fringe, and some of them are very...
At this anti-Islam rally in Calgary, signs of support for separatism aren't hard to find. Now, this rally was actually promoted on WIPA's Facebook page.
Interesting, to say the least. So this series of videos is dedicated to the most fringe, funny, and stupid separatist movements I can find. Most of them don't exist outside the internet and have the same amount of influence as a Twitter user. Today we are going to talk about Manchukuo, or Manchuria if you want to call it that. As some of you may know, it was a Japanese puppet state during the Second World War and was kind of a nation. It was about as independent as Nazi-occupied Croatia, and about as bad when it comes to war crimes, if not wars. So what is it doing here then? Well, what happens when you take 40-plus-year-old nationalistic Japanese and Chinese men and put them into Hong Kong? Well, they would probably fight, because tensions between those two peoples are still very much a thing. But if they don't kill each other, they would create something called the Manchukuo government in exile, which is the topic of today's video. The Manchukuo temporary government, as it was called before 2019, was created in 2004 in Hong Kong by a bunch of Chinese LARPers, who claim to be related to the Qing royal family. Those claims are obviously unverified. The first leader, if you can call him that, of Manchuria was a guy named Niu Gulu Minpeng. Sadly, there is not much information about him. What we do know is that until 2008, they considered Pui, a dead man, to be the emperor of Manchuria, which is kinda funny and creepy at the same time. According to them, Manchukuo is a democratic constitutional monarchy, so it doesn't matter as much, I guess. But in 2008, one of the founders, Azin Gyuro, who was just a second-year history student, was elected as the emperor of Manchukuo because of his surname, which was kinda similar to the Qing royalty surname. Very credible. When he came into power, he wrote, "I promised to lead the provisional government of Manchukuo to fight for independence and restore the country and all government activities during my term of office. I hope to return to the country during my term of office." Pretty cool, isn't it? Well, he dipped out after like a year of being there, so they had to elect a new emperor. Ouch. An even funnier fact is that they decided to elect their new emperor online. Pretty progressive for a state created for resource exploitation and crimes against humanity. So in 2010, Aik Sinjielo Chongji became the new emperor. By 2010, you could also become a citizen of Manchuria for a small price. Because guess what? They decided to sell passports. And also stamps. And loyalty bonds, which led to 3 government agencies in the European Union issuing a warning over a possible scam and recommending to never do transactions with them. Sadly, I can't find any information on who was the next emperor of Manchukuo. Because I don't imagine that guy sticked with them for too long. And by 2022 they had a new emperor. It was some kid named the Kirutsu Aisinguro, ? Most of the information about the organization was removed, even their website, which we will talk about later. Their activity died down by 2021, and their last post online was in 2022, so sadly, I think Manchuria has fallen. But let's not talk about sad stuff, because the main reason I decided to make this video is their social media accounts and their website, and oh boy, it's something, alright? First of all, their website. It went down in late 2022, but there are still archives of it, and oh boy, 2008's calling wants its website back. First of all, here we can see that Manchukuo actually had diplomatic relations with other countries. They had quote-unquote embassies in Thailand, Taiwan, the UK, and the US, and the Kingdom of Aurania, which is a micronation in the United States that has diplomatic ties with Molossia, another country in the United States that was invaded by Nostalgia Critic in 2010. I don't know why I made this tangent, but I really wanted to mention how Nostalgia Critic just invaded the microstate in 2010. Second of all, we can also see that by 2021 they started to issue new passports and made a state visit to the Yasukuni Jinja. Oh, come on. A Chinese person visiting a grave of Japanese war criminals to praise them. Christ. Okay, what else? They had a newspaper that looked funny and they visited Dalai Lama. How did they even manage to get... You know what? I don't even care anymore. By 2020, the guy running the website and the Twitter account probably went insane due to COVID, because this is where the fun begins. Starting with some interesting claims about COVID, or how they call it, the Chinese virus. Then they start posting about the US presidential election and how Biden stole it and that Trump is the real president. And all of this leads to the creation of a picture, which is the reason I even know about this organization. Oh boy! Where do I even start? I guess I'm just going to read it. Wanted. War criminals. Mixed dog. That's Xi Jinping, by the way. War criminal. Crimes against humanity. Manchukuo invasion crime. Kim Jong-un. War criminal. Crimes against humanity. Manchukuo invasion crime. I wonder why they didn't change his name too. Then we have a bunch of Hong Kong politicians, gee, I wonder why. And they are charged with such misdemeanors as anti-liberal crime and rape crime. Nothing to see here. Joe Biden. Instigation of foreign aggression. Crime of treason. Pro-Chinese crime. Claim himself president's crime. What? Electoral fraud crime. Nikolai Biamot. Wait, what? Who is this guy? Nationality fraud crime? Wait, that's his full address. Wait, what? Okay, I just googled him, he's just a random surgeon in Moscow. What did he do to end up here? You know, there is a phone number of him online, but I'm not going to call him over a stupid YouTube video, but why? As you can see, this organization is just a joke. It's a bit funny, but I have no idea why it has a Wikipedia page. Considering it's probably closed down by this point, is there a reason for it to be even mentioned on a semi-serious encyclopedia? And that's all for today. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Lusitania is next.